Hello everyone, it's Christine from Hollis Hands Create. Today's Tuesday, November 3rd. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch and maybe a few other little crafty things. Today I've got cross stitch to show you and a little bit of crochet. Got some plans to share. I've got one finish to share, and so let's get right to it. Let's see, my big finish was the birthday SAL that I had talked about, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me posting at First Cock Crow from Blackbird Designs. This is out of the Sisters book. This was the birthday SAL that Becky, Socks for Mom, and I started. Both of our birthdays are in October, and so we picked a design and started this, and there's been quite a few people stitching with us, which has been fun to see everybody's progress. I did make two changes. Changed the date to 2020, and this, I don't know what he is, ghosty pumpkin, something like that, jack-o'-lantern. He had like an expression on his face. It was like a round mouth, and I guess he's supposed to look startled or you know, by the ghost, but I didn't. He bothered me, so I actually just changed him to a smiling face. So anyway, so there it is. Stitch that on 35 count weeks cocoa. The oranges I think I mentioned in my last video that I had all of my oranges in all of my different threads out for the different projects I was working on for Halloween. And as I was stitching, I was kind of mixing and matching them throughout the projects. So my oranges are fairly close to what was called for, but then I might throw in, you know, a different one. But everything else was pretty much as called for. So very happy to have finished that. Started it on October 1st and finished it at 1 a.m. on Saturday, October 31st. So it was a late night finish, and very happy about that. So obviously it's not going to be out this year, so that does give me, you know, quite some time to get it framed. So that one will be framed. So very happy about that, and was feeling pretty accomplished that I actually started and finished something in the month that I was supposed to. We all know how that happens. The squirrels run past and you just like, whoa, here, I'll start this, start that. So anyway, so on to the next thing. For this month, as I was going through and kind of figuring out my focus pieces for November, I have been working on my Blackbird Designs Feast of Friendship. And this for me was a May 2019 Mania start. So I've actually kind of been working on Feast of Friendship, here's the book, for a little over a year now. So I know that there's a SAL going around and everybody's stitching on Instagram. I actually had started mine quite a while back, and it just kind of happens to be coinciding. So, but here is where I am right now. And getting really close. So I'm hoping to add a finish to this one in the next week or so, and I can probably still get it up. I believe I have a frame that will actually work for this. If nothing else, it'll work to get it framed to kind of display for this year, and then I can, you know, pull it apart and you know, maybe do something different or have a, you know, a nicer frame, because I think the one I have is just something that I saw at Hobby Lobby. So, but anyway, so that's Feast of Friendship. That's a focus piece. And then I have as another focus piece that is kind of a Thanksgiving theme, is Thankful Quaker. by Bent Creek. And again, this is a Mania 2019 start as well. And here's my progress. So this one is about half done. Maybe even a little over half done. So that should also be something that I can finish, you know, this month as well. So, and sticking with the thankful theme and of November, there was a bonus chart, as if any of you were following along with these Coming to America, Women of the Mayflower project put out by Brenda Gervais, that she had included a bonus chart from William it was like in honor of William Bradford, and it was Celebrate Harvest Blessings. And I had kitted this up, and this is going to be my Thanksgiving Day start. And just some fabric, and I failed to write this down. Can you believe that? I have the project cards and everything, and I literally still failed to write down what fabric it is that I have pulled. But, and I don't have my threads on a nice little thread keep yet, but there they are. So all the typical fall colors that you would expect for this type of a stitch. So I'm gonna start that on Thanksgiving Day. So looking forward to that. As I was changing out and pulling down my specific Halloween decorations and putting up the Thanksgiving themed decorations, I don't really have that many. My trencher bowl, I had one little Mayflower hat thing to add, and that was about it. I do have, a few specific things, like I've got some antique salt and pepper shakers that, the salt has the woman, woman pilgrim, and then the little boy pilgrim with the pilgrim hat is on the pepper. Some things like that, but nothing super specific. I do have a pilgrim couple, that are tall, carved, that I'd gotten in Pennsylvania probably about 15 years ago, that I do really love, and so I put them out, and I have a couple of cornucopias and some things like that, but I don't just have a tremendous amount. I guess, which is a good thing, because then switching from Thanksgiving to Easter is always quite an endeavor to get the whole house turned over. So next on my plans agenda is, and I have this, I just printed this one out because I had downloaded it from the Primitive Hair website, and that's The Old Winter. And again, another Mania 2019 start. I really am going to try to focus on finishing some of the whips that I have. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have new starts, but I definitely am going to be concentrating on trying to finish out some whips. Anyway, here's the progress that I have. Isn't he handsome? So stitching him on the snowflake linen from Primitive Hair. It's a 30 count printed linen. So he's going to be a focus. I'm showing you this now so that I'm being held accountable for the next time that I film, and hopefully I can show you some good progress. So this is, you're seeing my where I started type of thing. I have one exception to that, and that is this past Sunday. I didn't stitch anything at all on Saturday after I had finished at First Cock Crow early in the morning, the wee hours. And so Saturday afternoon, I had other things that I was doing. I was switching out decorations for the house. And so I just didn't pick up any stitching. That evening, I was like, you know what, I read. And I just don't have, seems like, time where I just want to sit down and read. And it was really nice because I had a book that I've been trying to get finished for quite some time, and I really made a big dent in that, and it was very peaceful and enjoying But on Sunday, I got up and I was like, you know, I'm going to pick something else to focus on. And so I picked the Contented Mind sampler. You've seen me show this before. And this was a Mania finish, or a Mania start this year. I really love that. So the only thing that I had done as my Mania start was just the 2 outlines, and that was it. So on Sunday during the football game, I did this motif and then broke for dinner. My team was playing in the afternoon. My husband's team was Sunday night football. So I did this one during Sunday night football and this one during my game earlier. So I was happy to get a couple of motifs, you know, done on that. And I think I'm gonna leave it out along with Walter. You know, you've all seen Walter. Now I didn't work on Walter this last Wednesday because I was really trying to get At First Cock Crow finished because I knew I was like coming to the finish. So I don't really have any major progress to show on Walter. But I think I'm gonna keep those 2 samplers going and then have, you know, the couple of things that are more seasonal. Here's the little thread ring that goes with the Contented Mind sampler. The one thing that is very nice about the sampler company, which is Brenda Keys, her samplers are super easy to follow. She almost always uses DMC threads and just, you know, very, very nice samplers to stitch. I enjoy stitching. This is my 2nd one of hers, and I'm really enjoying it. So the other thing that I have pulled into my rotation, and I actually worked on this for a little while last night. I kind of had a bit of a headache last night. I don't know I guess if you've noticed, I have a bandage on my nose. I actually had a spot on my nose, or growth, you would say, that originally I thought was from my glasses. And but then it just never went away, and it's been there for a while. I probably should have had it checked back earlier in the year, but with the pandemic and everything else, I just kind of, you know, put it off. So anyway, I finally went in on Thursday to have it checked, and the dermatologist, you know, she put up the light and the scope thing and immediately said, oh, that needs to be checked. So I was like, well, that's not a good sign. My father has had multiple spots of skin cancer removed, and this past Friday, which probably is what prompted me to also go, he actually had to have half of his nose removed, and then they took a portion of his forehead and the cartilage off of one ear to actually rebuild his nose, and most of it is because of the skin cancer. And so it is something that is not considered hereditary, but your skin type is hereditary. And if you've got a skin type that you know, tends to lean towards being susceptible for skin cancers, then, you know, that's something you have to check. So that's why I have this bandage on my nose. I was going to try to pull it off because I wanted to film on Saturday, but it was just way too fresh. And there's a crater, and it's still pretty red and there. So I've got the bandage on, so that's what's going on with that. So last night I, because I've got my glasses and they are right there, I keep having to lift them. It kind of gives me a bit of a headache, and so I ended up with a pretty good headache last night. So the only thing I did was I did a little bit of crocheting, and I kind of feel like it's coming that time of the year where I want to do some more crocheting. And I had started this one last year. I'll show you what it is. It's out of just a simple, you know, Red Heart yarn leisure arts book, quilt inspired throws. And I've mentioned in past videos that I absolutely love log cabin style quilts. And so when I saw this log cabin themed Afghan, I was like, oh, I've got to do that. So that is what I'm working on. Here is one of the blocks. Very easy to do, very simple. And so that's one finish. So basically what I did was I got all the yarns and finished one block completely so that I could actually have it there to kind of look at and refer back to. Then I start with the other yarns. I just pull out, you know, 2 or 3 and make these little blocks, right? Assembling little blocks. And that way you do however many with the orange, and then however many with the red, and however many with the green. And then, so I finished all those last night, and then started adding on, going back to them and adding in the brown. So I got the brown added on 2 different ones. That's the back. Here's the front. Got those, and then I was done. It was about 9:30. I was like, you know what? My head is still hurting, and I'm going to bed. So, anyway, working on a little bit of crocheting, and you know, I don't know if I'll get it finished this winter or not, but I'm definitely going to make, you know, some progress on it. So, and sometimes you just need a little diversity. Do you ever just, you know, sometimes you're like, you know, I want to quilt today, I want to crochet today, I want to read my book today, I want to stitch today, I want to garden today, and just feel overwhelmed. And then some days I don't end up doing any of them because I can't pick one. So I've been trying to pick just a few things that I can maybe get a finish on. I can just focus, but I've got enough variety that I know that if I get kind of sick of something in a day or two, that I can just go and pick from whatever's in my basket. But I'm really trying to seriously limit myself to just picking from what's in my basket and knock out some, you know, some finishes and some things. And then I feel better when I want to start something new. So anyway, there's my little tip for today, right? I had received a couple of little cards. They were thank you cards for past giveaway winners, and it's not required that you send obviously a thank you card or anything, but the kindness is really sweet. I wanted to show you, this was Carol's card that she sent to me, and I just love this card. You guys send the best cards. I mean, look at that. That is just so neat. I really, really love that. And from Deborah, poppies. I love poppies. They're so pretty. Just another beautiful card. Just beautiful thank yous. So, speaking of giveaways, let's find out who won the snowstorm giveaway. So, if you'll remember, I had 3 charts to give away, all winter themed, right? And you guys rose to the challenge and had some really good comments, a few stories about being stuck in a snowstorm. For those of you who don't live in an area where there are snowstorms, there were some ice storms, which is what we tend to get here. You know, what they would want to do if they had been stuck in a snowstorm. So it was good reading, and I thank you so much to everyone who participated in that and you know, shared their story. And anyway, so I did the random comment YouTube picker, and I had to use snowstorm together and then snowstorm separate. And the winner was Linda Jane M. Linda Jane M. And congratulations, Linda. She shared her story about being stuck in a snowstorm, but very handily had her knitting with her. And so she had to pull over and knit for about 2 hours until the storm subsided enough that she could actually see to drive and get home, you know, slowly, but get home safely. So that can be scary, but at the same time, I guess if you've got your craft and you're feeling okay, you just pull over and, you know, keep yourself calm that way, right? So, excuse me. All right. So let's see what I'll do. Let's do a new giveaway, shall we? Oh, hang on a second. Oh, I wanted to say, Linda, please message me with your mailing address. I'll have my email address in the box below, description box. And if you'll just message me with your mailing address, I'll get your winnings right out to you. And let's see. Not a lot of haul that I'm going to share with you, or that I have to share with you. I did get ordered a couple of charts. One is Two Skinny Dogs, and this was a new release from Teresa, the Shakespeare's Peddler, and I just really liked it. I like that there's dogs down here, that it's something different. I really like these skinny trees and these kind of funky birds here. And it's a different colored skinny house. The colors somewhat appealed to me. This is a little more vibrant than what you normally see from Teresa. A lot of her things she likes are very muted and old looking. But this was different. So I did get that. And actually picked up from her son Graham one of his, he does the graham cracker and then the pie crust fabrics. So I'm all about, trying to support especially someone young who's, so I did pick up some 36 count pie crust. So, and then I have been on a real roll lately with the Reflet de Soie. Did I say that right? Reflet de Soie charts. They're just so beautiful. And I think I had shown you G. Leger last time. And this one is Yvonne Leclerc, 1905. And the roses and the colors are absolutely beautiful. And this, this is a lady, kind of, again, this looks a little bit pilgrimish, other than the fact that this guy's hat has a big flower plume off of it, indicating he's French rather than a pilgrim hat. But they both look like they're carrying a harvest. And these birds, there's a rooster and a beautiful, like, I don't know what he is, a parrot of some kind. And this is like a peacock over here in this corner. You got a puppy dog in this corner, and like a spaniel, a hunting type dog in this corner. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the detail is gorgeous, and the colors are beautiful. So anyway, no chart can travel alone, so I had to get two. So anyway, so that's all the haul. Nothing major, it's just a little bit of stash enhancement. So last thing I have, I didn't do so good at making a list, and kind of, usually I try to write out like my notes and things so I'm not like all over the place, but I didn't do so good. I was going to try to do this on Saturday and then ended up not doing it because I just couldn't deal with the nose thing. And so today you're getting me. All right, 2 giveaways. We are in November. Veterans Day and Thanksgiving are our 2 big holiday themes, right, for November. So I've got 2 giveaways. I had belonged to the Kindred Spirits Stitching Club, which was a Dying to Stitch club last year that unfortunately didn't get renewed to this year. I'm hoping that maybe they renew it for something for next year. But one of the kits that I received was for Veterans Day, and it's Veterans Day at Twin Gables from Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist. And I'm going to actually pass this along to a lucky winner. It's just something I probably won't stitch. And I would just as soon, I mean, it's a full kit, as you can see, for finishing and you know, threads and fabric and everything. So if it's something that you think that you would love to stitch and put together, I would love to be able to rehome this, so to speak. But instead of rehoming it and you know, getting the purchase price of what I paid for it, I'm just going to you know, give it away. So if you're interested in this one, just use the word veterans. Let's do veterans. Circle that, make sure I'm doing that right. And then the next one I have is Cedar Hill Autumn Bouquet. Be You Thankful. And again, I've had this one for a while in my stash, and I'm trying to go through and, you know, rehome, giveaway, you know, things like that, because rather than just sitting in my stash and potentially not getting stitched ever, I would just as soon it went to someone who would love to stitch it. So if you're interested in Autumn Bouquet, then let's use the word thankful. Get that down. Now, of course, you can be entered for both. You can use Veterans Day and thankful if you like in a sentence or whatever you want to do, but you can only win one. So if I have a name come up of someone who has both items, I will choose them for the first item that they list in there. So if you say, I'm very thankful for veterans, and you win, I'm going to say, pick the word thankful, and that would be this one. If you use the word veteran in the sentence before the word thankful, then I'm going to use go with veterans. So that's how I'm going to work with that. So just everybody knows. So it's very fair. Anyway, so that's all I think I really have to share with you. Today's, you know, election day. Go vote if you haven't already. Let's get ready to make some plans. I do have the Needlework Press Book of Days. Spoke to Vicki this morning, confirmed my order, and it's mailing out in the next day or two. So I should have that in the shop in the next couple of days or within the week or so. And it's time to start planning for 2021. Let's get rid of 2020 and, you know, go from there. Hopefully by the next time that I am on here to chat with you, I will be a Nana. My daughter is due in 4 days. So I had hoped to be on an airplane. Actually, I had hoped to be on an airplane a couple of days ago and already in Italy with her. But such is the way things are. We're just talking each morning, and I just sent a huge 36-pound box over of all the things that we had planned to pack into one suitcase and take with us. So it was basically like buying an airplane ticket to mail that box, but she received it today and was just like so excited. She's like Christmas, and we had all her diapers and her bottles and everything over here because she had been ordering most of her things from U.S. manufacturers. And she, like she's using cloth diapers, she's using glass bottles. So she's very conscious, earth conscious, green conscious. And so all those things were here. And so anyway, she opened all that up today, and that was kind of exciting I had thrown in some surprises and some things that I had bought. We don't know the baby's sex yet, so everything right now is like taupe and gray and things like that. I'll be very excited when we can buy some things that are actually specific to the baby's gender. So I told her, I said, once we know, the floodgates are going to be open. So I'm excited about that. So hopefully I'll have that good news to share. Maybe even, you know, some baby pics. So I hope everybody is doing well as can be expected. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Let's be kind. And thank you so much.